get you involved as well on Sports Tonight. What do you feel? Keshi's been told, look, take your time. May 13 is the deadline for us to submit this list. Take your time, talk to the players, look at those who are fit, look at injury worries, and then we will come back with a list of 30 for the World Cup. What do you think about it? Talk to us. Take advantage of our platforms, and you can see them on your screen, on Facebook, on Twitter. We're very active, and we would like to read your comments as we go along, of course, on the program tonight. What do you feel about a build-up to the World Cup? Are you happy with the way we are building up? What do you want us to do extra so that we will go to the World Cup and do Nigeria, do ourselves proud, and do Africa proud as well? So please talk to us, as you can see on those platforms on your screen. Very quickly, before we go on a break, let's talk about the girls. The girls are also building up so that we don't spend all the time to talk about the guys. The girls are also getting real ready for the African Women Championship that will be taking place in Namibia later this year. Yeah. And by extension, it's also a World Cup qualifying tournament. Because if you're in the top 2, top 3, you could be going to the FIFA World Cup in 2015. Today, the girls lost 3-1. A lot better than when they lost, was it 6-0? Lost 6-0 to the girls, but the girls are really getting ready. That's the story.
Yeah,
Cosmos.
Definitely they are really getting ready. Playing friendlies like this. It's not every time that you have to see the national team winning friendlies
like
this.
The boys?
Yeah, the played boys.
Playing boys.
The played boys, exactly.
Academy boys.
Academy boys. The played boys, and then these boys are their boys. Boys will always be boys.
And it goes back to what we said the other time, but was it the Falconets?
Okay.
I think they beat
some boys.
One team,
one 13
team in Portugal or something like
under 13 team could be, those under 13 team could be like 10, 9, 10, 11,
Okay, 9, 10, 11.
And then our under 17 girls are well tested. They have the experience.
Anyway, they played academy boys, and these academy boys, they
I think
played
it's a good one.
Good one for them. At least we're not
just
going to be
playing games.
Exactly, play games. And the coach
actually
said that he saw a better Super Falcons team play
than the one that lost.
The one that lost.
So
and you understand? So basically, they need to regain their leadership of women's football in Africa. And you said top 3 is actually top 2. They are going to qualify for the 2015 World Cup. So they really need to make things, happen.
And that's the money that the NFF has given to Edwin Okon and his team.
Exactly.
Go get a World Cup ticket. I mean, if our girls had forced those Golden Eaglet boys to a draw, if they had forced them to a draw in that friendly, I would have said, look, we will not only win the African Women Championship, we will go to the World Cup and beat anybody.
But then because
I'm sure our under 17 boys can beat any women's team in the world.
Exactly.
I can almost be sure of that.
Yeah, well, maybe not everybody. I think they'll give them an excellent fight. They'll give them a very, 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 very good fight.
The Japanese and the Germans,
the Brazilians too. Yeah, but I'm just happy. Like you said, at least they're playing games.
Yeah.
And any coach will tell you that there is always something to be learned from every game. Be it a defeat, a draw, or a win. There is always something to be learned. And if you are losing and you still believe that you can see positives from that game, and I think the coaching crew are on the right path. The task is extremely tough. A lot of teams in Africa are much better prepared now. They are taking female football much more seriously. So all hands have to be at the pump right now.
All right, it's time for us to go on our first break. During the break, we will, of course, remind you about channels. National Kids Cup is really closing in on us. And we also need to tell you that you need to be a part of it. Get your kids involved. Get your schools involved. It's going to be plenty of fun. Apart from that, we will also bring you the story. Easily one of the biggest story in world football today. David Moyes, 10 months ago, was called the chosen one. But now is the fired one. He's been told the wrong one, the fired one, the poor one. All kinds of name for David Moyes. But at last, he's been told to go. We'll bring you that report as well, and then we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
Every year, the Channel's National Kids Cup is getting bigger and even better. It's season 6 of the football competition, and this edition, in partnership with Eco Football, will showcase grassroots talents. 4 primary schools from Lagos State will go against opponents from 12 different states of the Federation to determine who will become the champion. Come and witness their actions and thrills as these kids show their love and passion for the beautiful game. For more information, visit channelstv.com. Channels National Kids Cup. We catching them young.
Here he comes, let's just listen in once he makes his way out there.
The media has been awash with the news of David Moyes' impending sack, but it finally came to pass early Tuesday morning. He was told personally at Manchester United's training pitch by Chief Executive Ed Woodward.
Top of virtually everything in this first half. Coleman. Morella!
The Scot, who was handpicked by Sir Alex Ferguson, has no doubt had a tough time at the Theatre of Dreams.
Yaya Toure makes it 3. 3 points, 3 goals, and another huge statement at the home of their bitter rivals.
During his reign, the Red Devils have gone from Premier League champions to mid-table mediocrity in less than a year. And Moyes knew the buck can only stop at one place, his table.
Thought about the shot and delivers a superb goal! What a disaster for Manchester United!
I take complete responsibility for the results, and fortunately they've been good in the Champions League, but they've not been good in the Premier League, so I take responsibility for them as well.
Veteran midfielder Ryan Giggs, who has been working as one of Moyes' assistants, will be in charge for the final 4 games of the season in the English Premier League. Dutchman Louis van Gaal, who will quit as coach of the Netherlands after the World Cup in Brazil, is favourite to replace Moyes.
Yeah, I think that summarizes the whole story. David Moyes is out, Giggs in charge temporarily for the rest of the season. And then next season, the Dutchman could be the new one to lead out Manchester United. Well, gentlemen, let me allow you to say a few things very quickly about this. Tunde, let me quickly. What do you have to say about that? It's long coming. It's been long coming.
I think it's an admission of failure on the part of the Manchester United board that they've sacked David Moyes as quickly as they did, 10 months. That makes him the 3rd shortest reign in the history of Manchester United.
Coming on the heels of someone who spent over 20
Exactly. So
years.
They have to take the blame. The board has to take the blame. Sir Alex Ferguson has to take the blame. It's terrible. I mean, the list of unwanted records by Moyes is unbelievable. They are guaranteed to end the season with their worst points total in Premier League history. They will not qualify for the UEFA Champions League for the first time in 18 years. Even if it was the Intertoto Cup, they possibly might not have qualified for that as well. It's unbelievable the kind of things. He inherited a team of champions and they're now struggling.
In one season, finishing first. So the next season,
the truth is, the man was punching way above his weight, a strawweight in a heavyweight division, a man who has never won a plastic mug in his entire career is asked to take charge of a team that has won virtually everything. How do you want to relate to players who have won Champions League titles, won league titles, won FA Cup titles, and you expect
on a regular basis?
Yeah, so it was always going to be a matter of when, how quickly they are going to sack him, not if they are going to sack him at all.
As far as I'm concerned, I've been vindicated. When he was appointed as the coach of Manchester United, I actually said it that is going into and is wearing into the big shoes of Alex Ferguson. That shoe is too big for him. Like he said, he has not won anything. There's another record, the worst defending champion of the English Premiership since Blackburn Rovers in 1996. They've gone 11 games. They lost 11 games and okay, we could say he probably won something and won the Community Shield and all that, but still, it was one of the worst that we have ever seen. One of the worst performances, and hopefully they'll get a better coach that would continue with the
philosophy
of Manchester United.
Yeah. All right, let me run through a few stories very quickly, but don't forget, what do you feel about David Moyes? Is it too early? Should he have been given more time to maybe turn things around? What do you feel about it? Talk to us and we will read your comments as we go along on the show. But let me just quickly run through a few things on Sports Tonight before we go on to the next part of the show. Let me start with the Golden Eaglets, the WAFU Under-17 tournament is currently going on, and let me tell you that yesterday the Golden Eagles beat Mali 2-0. And then tomorrow they'll be playing Mali again. You're asking why are we playing Mali 2 times? Only 2 teams in our group because the third team withdrew from the tournament. So we have to play 2 times, and then over the aggregates, we find a team that tops and a team that comes second, because both teams are automatically through to the semi-finals, and they will meet teams from the other group. So tomorrow we'll play Mali again to find out who will top the group. If we avoid two goal margin defeat, we'll top the group. But that's just to inform you about what is going on. The tournament will be ending this Sunday, so the Eagles still have a lot of time to work things out. Let's go on to what you have on your screen, and that's the Ibile Games Touch. It's been going around communities, local government areas, local council development areas in Lagos, and finally, the official touch for the 2014 Ibile Games has been received by the Lagos State Sports Council. All right, so it's a tournament that will begin on the 30th of April and will end on the 10th of May. It's games for all 57 local governments, the 20 local government areas and the 37 local council development areas are the ones taking part at the 2014 Ibile Games. So the touch has been received, and now we can look forward to a fantastic Ibile Games by the Lagos State government.